How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be working on our range hood, and we're going to be using a 55-gallon drum and some old bed rails. And of course, I had to pick up a new motor because we want this thing to push a lot of air. If you have been watching the channel, you notice we boxed in the front porch on the barndominium, and we left the griddle on there. And what we want to do is we want to exhaust some of the smoke and the heat from that griddle to the outside. I looked up these hoods and they're pretty expensive. Compared to what I have in just a motor, if I do a little bit of work, I think I can get a pretty nice industrial looking hood for my griddle. So that's going to be our project. The first thing we need to do is we got to get this 55-gallon drum cut in half. Okay, before we get started on this drum, I'm going to go ahead and cut some of the framework for this guy. And all I'm going to do is measure the length of this barrel and see what size I need. About 35 inches long. So I'm going to cut 3 pieces of the bed rail, 35 inches long. Now, a lot of these, we're not really worried if they have holes in them. It's not going to hurt anything. We still want that industrial look. So we want this to be as long as our barrel, or just a tad bit longer. And I think that's going to work perfect. So we're going to get 2 more of these cut that size there, 35 inches. So now we're going to cut 2 pieces 23 inches long. Now we need 2 pieces 14 inches long. Okay, I have my barrel laid out here. With that angle iron that we cut, the first pieces we cut, there's going to make a track around the bottom of this. We're going to go ahead and weld it into place while the barrel's sitting on top. That should help keep it nice and square while we're welding it. So now we'll be able to take the barrel off of the framework and go ahead and finish welding the bottom part. And it's definitely nice and square with the barrel. It's going to be a little bit tight because these little ribs stick out, but that's what we want. We want it snug down in there. So now we can get our welder and go ahead and weld the inside of this up, make it good and solid and sturdy. Now with our bottom welded up, we'll start with the piece that's going to go up the back. This piece that goes up the back is what's going to hold it to the wall and help hold the barrel itself sturdy on there. Okay, this is how we got it all tidied up. Used a couple nice angle magnets in here. Put them on there and then put our vice grips to hold that into place for us. Now we have this welded in. We have to weld the 2 sides in there. Okay, you're probably wondering what I'm cutting these plates for. Well, this plate here is going to mount on the front of here. And then I'll build my adapter right on here to get the air to blow outside. This part here, this is nice because it's thick enough I can weld to it. And we have holes drilled where the other holes were, so we can put a 1/4-inch bolt through those 4 holes. And that's going to hold my pipe in place. And then this one over here, this plate here, will mount right on these 4 screws right here. And this, I'll weld on it to what I want to go in my barrel. That way, we'll be able to get the air sucked out of the top of the drum and out that hole. But these are thick enough I can weld on them. Real easy to weld this 1/8-inch steel. A little heavy, but easy to weld. Okay, we just got through building this piece here, and I just took a flat piece of steel. We cut this piece out, drilled the holes in it, and then I took a piece of 4-inch. Now, I was looking for something smaller than this. I needed a little thinner, not smaller, but thinner. I needed something with 4-inch outside diameter, and I ended up with 4-inch inside, and that's all I could find, so that's what we're going to use. And it'll work just fine in this case here. So this piece here is going to mount right on the front of this blower, and that's where my pipe is going to mount in. I'm going to throw a couple bolts in there just to hold it into place. That piece is going to allow us to attach this piece to the blower. And I know it fits on the inside, but I think it's going to be just fine. Like so. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and end this video. Hopefully we get some good comments in, and we'll get started on the next part of this build. I did want to share with you guys something though. When I work on this metal cost me a lot of money. Over the years, I've lost at least 4 cameras due to working on metal. And I always like to get them close-up shots. That way you get to see what I'm doing. I'm not really crazy about holding the camera behind me and doing some grinding. I always like that camera up close, and I had to pay for it this time. I burnt the lens on my small GoPro, and this is the one I would always try to get up close because it wasn't quite as expensive as this one over here. So we burnt the lens on this, and we're down 1 camera. I'm not sure if you know how I actually make money on YouTube. One of the ways we make money on YouTube is by the commercials. So we get revenue if somebody watches a commercial, and it's only a few pennies. If you watch a commercial, we get a few pennies. If you skip that commercial, we get no money at all. It doesn't help us a bit if you skip them. And I know a lot of times there's too many commercials, and I'm not asking you to watch all my commercials. I'm just saying this is how we make money from it. And another way we make money from YouTube is the Amazon. The Amazon, I always put a store in the description down below the video. I always put a link there to my store. And in that store, you don't have to purchase any of the products that I put in there. All you have to do is go to the bar at the top and search just like you was on Amazon. And if you say you want to buy a pair of socks, if you purchase them socks and they're a qualifying purchase for me, you don't pay any more money for those socks. We get a small commission from you purchasing them socks off of our storefront. And that does help our revenue a lot for things like this. I have to order lenses now for this, and I'll probably order some more protective lenses just to make sure I don't burn them up again. I just want to tell you guys, I do appreciate you using the Amazon link and watching some of the ads as they're going, because it does help us out. So I would like to tell everyone, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Until next time.